peak, CMP reported having 59,000 customers without power. Compared to last month's storm, this time the restoration effort is moving along much faster. CMP says they've been watching the storm since last week. Last night, they sent out crews to stage in areas where they expected winds would be the strongest. A spokesperson says the biggest impacts happened along the coast. They expect the vast majority of customers still out of power will be restored today. Due to flooding access issues, they won't be able to get to everyone. And if you're still without power by the end of the day, they do expect to have everyone back up and running tomorrow.
What was very challenging with the last storm was the wind intensity. So, we saw 60-mile-per-hour winds push really far inland. And then unlike the December storm, the wind intensity lasted for many, many hours, where this was a fairly fast-moving storm. It swept up the coast. The level of damage that we saw, particularly tree damage and flooding from the December storm, just was nowhere near the scale of what we saw this time. It was just a very different storm.
CMP says they expect the upcoming storm will be similar to this one. They will hold their first planning meeting for that storm tomorrow morning.